I have no idea. Is it? It's recording my main screen. Let me try some builds. Does everything sound look okay? Oh yeah, I'll show you what I changed. I mean, I expect that. Yeah, that seems like the time I would expect. My Quest has decided it doesn't have a guardian anymore. It's quite sad. Actually, doesn't know what it wants. Quest, what do you want? Restarting? I have to restart my Quest. But I changed. I changed. Um, this was set to 0 already. I assumed that I think my normal GPU is 0, the good one. But I found this force GPU as render device. I'm assuming by render device they mean the encoder. So I switched that on. I had to turn that off before once to get my main screen showing, but this time my main screen is showing. So I'm less than high priority. I don't know. It should be running on my GPU right now. And I changed those graphic settings. So here it's also set to run on my main GPU. So fingers crossed that will help things once my device is back. And if it does help, I'm going to reassemble my desk and get to work. Usually should use my GPU to bloody well should be. Can't mention how it would be. Okay, press this back up. Linked. You make these little rays on these hands much bigger. Let's scale them down. Oh, we'll see in a second. That was quicker, but I didn't need to do much. The frame rate's better. Not amazing. But it still is still running OBS, so I'm looking away from the fact it's running OBS. You see a glowy thing, it was there for a reason. Oh yeah, I was testing post effects. Why are my post effects not on? Bloom, threshold, intensity. Yeah, that was driving me absolutely batshit. Hoops. Absolutely hoot. Slow iteration times. I don't mind slow frame rate. I can handle that. I've always run on cracking machines most of my life. Slow iteration times? Not my cup of tea. Make a change, I want to test it on video. Okay, I'll give it a few minutes. If so, I'll reassemble my desk. I want to put a shout out on the Circuit Stream Slack, see if anybody else wants to tune in, but I don't know which channel to put it on. Game Jams. Oh, I already did. But the links are updated. Right. Yeah, I have to move my screen. It's already bugging me. I'll just do it now. Bear with me for a second. I'm just going to put everything kind of back to where it was. This genuinely was causing the overheating, and happy days. I don't care if I have to buy like a special piece of hardware to record stuff. I'm not dealing with this crap. With me, the computer still melts. It's still really hot.
inspiration to assemble this. There's so much shit back here. Someone made a jib about my cable management once, and I punched them in the throat. They didn't survive. Don't ask me what this tiny cable on the back for. I may have hacked it in there so that this little red button turns my computer on so I don't have to open my laptop. It does make sense. When I was using OBS, it was just I mean, my computer does run hot, but like that was just next level hot. I'm going to use my tiny 3D printed wedges I made so that my case can stay open a little bit. Cable management for those people who spend a lot of their day planning for their mortgage, their retirement funds or pensions and shit. Not my cup of tea. Organized chaos. Disorganized. I don't know. I like the chaos. Makes me think. I honestly can't think in those desks you see. People like post on Reddit and stuff. They're just like immaculate. I probably it's like in one of those anechoic chambers or whatever. I think I just lose my mind from pure lack of inspiration. Alright. Thank you for bearing with me through all that. That's what happened. Alright, space for this. These. Good to go. And it turns out, my excitement, I opened 2 near beers. Power through them. Okay. Camera's wonky. What happened? No, who cares? No one wants to watch my face now. Is my face squished? Let me get squished. Nope. I just look squished. I feel squished. I'll make it tiny. No one really wants to see it. Alright, work. Work time. Hopefully faster work time. Wait, I want to make this thing glow. The whole point of the glowy sphere is it's supposed to have a glow material on it, which has an HDR color. So it should glow, and my camera has this volume thing with the bloom intensity a lot. And it doesn't seem to be appearing, so I need to check my settings. Quality settings, first of all. I want to make sure. It's not using a pipeline. That's it. Not using a pipeline, that's it. Do I have to make one? I never made one of these from scratch. Pipeline this up. Forward rendering. Do I want forward rendering? And I assume I do. Right, HDR is on. Post-processing is on, that sets a low dynamic range. Doesn't seem to change anything. I had this working in another project. In fact, I had this working in the project we saw yesterday, the final project. What lights and all shadows. You're a bit of a shader guy, Andrew. How do you have any thoughts on how to go about this. How do I go about getting my post effects? I want bloom. Well, actually, what I'm really interested in is depth of field. The depth of field is going to add a lot to this game. If you're very, very small, changing your depth of field focal point is going to be really important, I think. If it doesn't automatically scale with the camera. Because that's the high kind of idea. The huge trees kind of depth of field and blurry up, really tiny. HDR. Oh no, that was a terrible idea. What happened? Okay, don't use URP is broken for me right now. There's something. URP just does not work. I mean, you can't perform any rendering. It's bullshit. Normally I would I had installed the post-processing stack, and then I whacked on the camera this thing called volume, which I've always been skeptical of. It's just a script, but when you use post-process volume, this never fucking works. Like this guy, it always seems to work with the post-process volume, which is what I've always used before, which is supposed to be like the thing, that global. This one doesn't seem to work. I don't think I have to hit play. It should just glow. It's not my material. Let me pop open my other final project. See what the differences are. I know the URP was... Do you use the post-process volume, or do you use that other weird script? I mean, I could do this later. It's not super critical. Yeah, you just use volume. You mean the one that's just called volume, right? I don't know what the hell that's about, but this is the way I learned how to do it. It looks legit. It's got an icon and shit. This is just a script. Let me try something else. Let me try a depth of field. And let's change this camera up a bit so I can see something. Or how about I just make a tree nearby? Come here, tree. I'll use this trick. I'm going to look at the ground and pretend I'm a tree and then use this. Ha. There we go. Close. I wanted the tree to be kind of... Let's make it small. Small baby tree. There, I can use that for depth of field testing. So my camera depth of field on nothing. Oh, start. And max radius. I'm not seeing nothing there. It's like, it's so hit and miss. Global, 100% weight. Let me check my other project, which should be open now. Needs not cleaning, it needs decluttering. I mean, clutter needs to be shifted around. Like, this one does work. Very much so. Especially the... Yeah, this one works. You can see the bloom around the lights right here. So, where's my light? Accelerate camera here. So it's got a volume, global, bloom, intensity 1. Oh, I forgot to turn the echoing on cave video yesterday. Damn, it sounded good. So it's using this guy. No, that's irrelevant. We got that.
So the camera. Oh, there's a little checkbox that says post-processing. I don't know if I got that turned on. Interesting. I don't have that checkbox. This camera, which version of Unity is this? 21.1.12, 21.1.10. It can't be that vastly different. It's a completely different camera. What is this script? This is totally different than this one. It doesn't have anything about. Oh no, what have I done? Undo. Right now, 60. Field view 60. What if I hit play? I can't imagine the camera completely changed between versions. Oh, my Guardian's phone again. That's bad. I can't imagine, it's definitely not doing anything here. I can't imagine that the camera has changed dramatically between a minor version of Unity. This looks the same. Whereas this very slightly different version of Unity, like super minor, has a totally different camera. Well, I guess I'm upgrading my project by a minor version. 21.1.12. Alright, I'll do it. Which I'm on the right platform, Windows, whatever. Okay, I need to do something about this desk. It's like so many tiny 3D printed parts, like the experiments and things I'm working on. I need to put them all in a box. I found a box. Perfect. So going? Oh, yep, continue. I'm just gonna do this. Got like a keyboard. I lost my one key on my keyboard, which kind of sucks. But then I 3D printed this. It's tiny. It's like a low poly, weird, faceted key. Fits perfectly, and it's color changing with temperature. Not that it ever gets a chance down there to change, but it works. Who needs real keycaps? This is going to go there. This guy's awesome, though. He's a little slug, articulated slug you can bend around. And he does change the color. Like if I hit him with this lighter, he turns yellow in the middle. He does that with your hand, too. I actually sold a couple of these guys. Cute little slug dude. I did not make that model. Some genius on the internet made it. And not only did he make it, he released it for free, but he also released it for free so anybody could sell it. So it's like everybody's making them and selling them to their friends, and it's like blowing up all over the internet, like TikToks and whatever the hell the kids are using these days. So it's everywhere. This little Timmy in this leaf makes some
pocket money. Alright. Desk's a bit more manageable. Factor. It's just a 3D print little um, wheel. Like that one. I actually have some wooden PLA I want to try out. You can sand it and stain it and stuff. I've never printed with it. It's like plastic with pellets in it, or wood with plastic pellets in it. I don't know. I'm not gonna claim the computer's running slow. This bit always takes ages. I'm not gonna blame this or anything. Or is it dropping frame? Okay, well, that's probably because I made it less below average. Is that enough? That's loaded. Surprise, surprise, a minor version change didn't change my camera entirely. So something else is different between the projects. It's a package that I haven't installed. I know this one legitimately uses URP, another one doesn't fail URP. Okay, Kristen's going to be joining shortly. She's just adding hands. I can increase the CPU priority again. If it starts to affect Unity, it's going straight back in the bin. It's normal. Okay, so this one worked. What does it have installed? Writer, blah blah blah. 3.11 post processing. I just realized I fixed it. Excellent. Three point one one here too, so it's not bad.
Okay, so yeah, same version of post processing. Core now is core the same? Core RP is the same. Yeah, so there can't be versions of packages. This has a completely different camera. I don't know. I don't get it. How can there be a different camera? Yeah, I think Google's in order. Unity, different camera components. I don't know what else to search for. It's not a package then. No, it's a terrible search from them. Yes. Extra interaction toolkit is installed in this one there. And I created the camera by doing this XR this. But if I make it just a blank camera, it's still using the old traditional one. Which doesn't let me change anything about post-processing. I mean, what else do I have installed on it? I don't see how any of that could change. Any of it. And doing the XR interaction toolkit fucks with the camera. No, the thing is, like, this is the traditional camera. This is the camera I've been staring at for years. It's the other project that's got the fancy camera. Like, this is different. This is like, I've only seen this a few times. I reckon the only thing I can think of is when you make a new project in Unity. I didn't choose URP, I chose 3D. I just chose this one instead of that one. I'm wondering if it's that ingrained, but that surely would be a package. I'll spin up a little project in the background just to test my theory. This in more project. Okay. How would that do its thing in the background? I'll keep trying to figure it out. I really want that depth of field. I mean, I've got Throw Builder too, but it can't be that either. Should think this would be possible without. Let's last bit. Creating it, the URP thing. So you've got a massive delay on me. Huh? Oh, I'm good. I've actually double fisted the accent open to URP. Yeah, just feeling the Andrew. Andrew. Dedicated fan base. Sorry, what?
Eh, probably not. It's crossing the wires a bit. Just didn't finish. Oh my god, that's into months. Hopefully it's not OBS. Allowed dynamic mode. Rendering path. Maybe this is it. There's one little cube. There's this little sphere guy. Just bring this guy back into view. Just want this sphere. There's my sphere. Yeah, that was like I was always taught, or I always learned that it doesn't matter what you start, your project you start with is. It's like it's only the packages that matter. There's no package differences. It's like how the hell the camera's different. I mean, it could be a project setting or something. It does have this scripting defined, which processing stack B2. I'm wondering if this is missing 9 here. No, it's got that too. Honestly, I'm not gonna spend more time on this. I don't have time for it. This is way too early on in the game to be fucking about like this long on something like this, so I'm not gonna worry about it. It's literally a nice to have. So that glow sphere can go away. I'll go back to actual work, which was I can't even remember anymore. I fixed the scaling being healing backwards. It's too small. I'll get it. I fixed the small. I want to have it so you can walk around with the thumbstick as well as teleport. Also want teleport to look better. There's a lot of things I want to do. So let me look at making the ray casts into these curves. Projectile curve. Right. Converging. It's taking too long. Not liking. It's too thin. Right. Let's see if it runs. Okay, I'm gonna make OBS shitty again. Too soft. I'm gonna move. You have a lot of Unity open. sucks. Not while I'm here. It's right first time. So 1 is nice, but knowing we're coming, my frame rate tanked. This is 500. Maybe he's not very far. Really? Oh my god, the frame rate. Fuck my life. Yeah, that makes a difference there. 1,000. $50. And we 100 imagine. That's terrible. One, actually, I should go straight up. So, interesting. Mine's doing like base of this. Back. No? Oh, I see. So that should be 500. Probably. And this should be a big number. Yes. Oh, this is not gonna work. It has to, this has to scale down with my size as well. Oh no! Yeah. What do you do? First, write down all these numbers. Get. Arc. And point. Thousands. CP distance. 500. CP height. 200. The scale. The player. And what was the width in this thing? Like 1. 1's a bit. Ah, okay. We'll try. 0.75. 0.75. The width. Not 0.7. And these are starting points. As I scale the player down, then we do it smaller. I need a fucking cigarette. I get cranky. Nothing in it. Okay. So I scale down the change the ray interactor and alignment in this. So as I scale down, chicken program, ray, oh my god, more progress parts. If this carries on, I'm gonna have to kill the screen. Same, super slow. Still not productivity. Very interactive. So, ray, what ray? Ray interactive. This one. And down here, line here. Next, something. Ray, bunch of stuff. Input distance is going to have to be enough. Look between the and the scale percent. We have scale percent. I can just use that. So in the max. No, it's not scale percent. The scale factor, which will be the current scale's magnitude divided by the max scale, which we're going to have to figure out maybe. So I'll make myself huge and then figure out what good max scale is. Itchy thing. Reading forever. Guardian of the last Yes, that's good. It's a good max. Seems plenty big enough. And the scale is support time. Max scale
on scale of 10. It's loud. Music. Something down on my desk. I have no idea, mate.